Okay, hello again everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is technical analysis of the stock market today. Today is Monday, November 10th, 2014. We're going to take a look at the market action from today, and then we're going to look at four stocks actually. We'll check in on Yelp, which we talked about yesterday as a trade idea, then Pandora, Yahoo, and Yandex. So we're going to start off here with the Dow, which was up almost 40 points, 39.7 points today. Again, fairly compressed. It looks like it's getting a little bit tighter, although, we've had, this odd, compressed day like in here on the 3rd of November. But what it looks like, starting with the 5th and into the 6th, 7th, and then today, that the ranges are getting a little bit smaller, a little bit tighter. So I wouldn't be surprised to see us pull back and turn. Of course, I am looking for a pullback based on this setup. I'm actually looking for a turn. But again, given this huge move, at some point, we're going to retrace this move, even if this is in a bullish mode, which I am still very suspicious of. And so let's take a look at the S&P 500. The S&P 500 has not pushed outside the top line. It's still down within the top line. And again, same type of thing in terms of the trading range. Getting kind of tight, kind of small in here. We've had, well, I counted them on the Dow, but I can't. So, I don't know. I think it's like 14 out of 17 days up, something like that. I can't remember. Nasdaq is still hanging above this support line here, and is not trading down below it, but it's pretty well clustered in here. I don't think the high 46.54, high 46.53, so we still have not traded above the high of November 3rd. So we've really clustered in here now. Let's take a look at DI plus greater than DI minus. RSI is flat, starting to get a little bit of potential divergence in there. Let's take a look at the New York Composite now. New York Composite is starting to show a little, we'll see whether it continues, but it's starting to show a little bit of divergence both on DI plus and on the RSI. And again, look how tight this is starting to get in terms of the trading range. It's just shrinking down and shrinking down. When that starts to happen, to me, it's an indication we're going to get a pretty good move set up, and we'll see which way it goes. Russell 2000, same type thing. Russell is just hanging along this trend line, which I've talked about many times. Again, divergence is starting to show up on the Russell 2000. And this trend line we've talked about, this is the trend line from March 2009. Okay, short-term trading index, it's not doing anything. It just bounced back up a little bit in here. So the no extreme, 0.996 on the 10-day. The VIX, it continues to push down as the market's going up. The VIX is going down. No divergence showing up on the VIX either. High-low indicator bounced a little bit today. We had 195 more new highs than 52-week new lows. Okay, so when we talk about new high and new lows, we are talking about a 52-week new high or 52-week new low. So just so everyone understands that. So we'll have to continue to watch this to see if this starts to break down any further or not. All right, now we're going to jump in. That's, we've had one day, and again, I think the main signal in there is that the daily ranges are getting a little tighter. So now we're going to take a look here at, I want to start off with Pandora. Pandora's been in this downtrend. We played this at one point, and then it bounced back up, and then it collapsed again in here, like a lot of stocks have been doing in this earnings season. And then it kept trending, just kept pushing down. And, I had this support zone down here identified And I wondered, when it would get down into this area, and it finally did this over the last, couple of days. It was, when was this? Thursday, Friday, and then it bounced up a little bit today. So we are getting divergence on Pandora on all the indicators, on all the demand, DI minus, and the RSI, but that is not, given the strong downtrend that we're in. The ADX is at 39. I would not, be, just because we're getting divergence, you don't want to jump in here. You're going to need a lot more than that to tell you that this thing is ready to go up and is turning and all that good stuff. So we'll have to see whether or not support holds here or not. We're, as we've talked about many times, once we're in the corrective mode like this, we had this ABC, call it W. Once you start to get combined in complex corrective action, you move into this WXY scenario. And there's no telling where this is going to end. I mean, Y, which is the wave that we're working in right now, in terms of points, won't equal W until way down in the low teens. So I don't know if it's going to get down that far. I mean, we'll have to see whether this support zone is going to hold here or not. So Pandora's in a strong downtrend. That's the best take on that. Let's go ahead and move into Yandex, and then Yahoo, and then Yelp. Yandex, this is one I think I've showed a big before, the bigger picture, that this could be topping in a very large head and shoulders type thing. Now it's not, it looks like it, but it hasn't, there's not a big rise to top is what I'm trying to say, I guess. So it's forming this, type of pattern. Whether or not that's really a legitimate pattern is questionable. But we do have trend, we do have potential support, do have trend lines, and you can't argue with the fact that it is trending down right now. Looked like we had a little bit of kind of congestion, almost like a little head and shoulders type of consolidation pattern in here that it broke down out of, pulled back up to the neckline, to the support area in here, and then rolled over and is selling off. So right now, I think this looks like it's trying to continue its move to the downside. I am not, do not have a specific play on that. And Yahoo is one that is, oh my gosh, I mean, this is just going straight up like a rocket, and probably because of its tie to Alibaba, and Alibaba stock is doing very, very well. I have not followed Yahoo to the point to where I even know how much they're holding on to, how much have they sold, if they've sold any. But my guess would be that this is being driven by the fact that Alibaba stock is doing very well. So, had this big gap in here. And again, I've talked about this before. I don't really care. When I look at a chart, I don't care why it's doing well. I mean, I don't need a reason. I just need to know what the chart's telling me, what the price action's doing, what the volume is telling me, all of that good stuff. To me, the picture tells the whole story, and that's all I need to know. So right now, I think Yahoo is in some kind of fifth wave. It's pretty strong move up to the top here. I thought maybe it was that this might have been all there was going to be, but this kind of move with a gap tells me that I got a feeling this is a third wave of a fifth wave, and so it's going to continue to push higher. Don't really have an estimate on. I mean, we could make some projections in here. This is extended. I wouldn't be surprised to see us pull back, and then we'll kind of see what happens in terms of the wave structure on that. But right now it is looking very, very strong. I don't see where I'd want to enter, and I don't see by any means that I'd want to be shorting it. Okay, and then and then Yandex, we talked about Yahoo, and let's talk about Yelp. Yelp we talked about yesterday as a trade idea, so I'm not going to spend any time on it other than to say that I did see this fan line scenario today, which I thought was kind of interesting because that could really be playing out here. My expectation is I am looking for another move to the downside. We break this third fan line, and it's adios amigos. I mean, this thing is going down. That's my assessment of what's happening with it. The volume in here, we're getting like a pause. Let me blow this up. We're getting a pause in here, and the volume on this is getting lighter every day. You can see it dropping off. The volume is just dropping off on this little consolidation pattern right in here. I'm expecting a break. You could almost draw a little trend line. I love using my crosshairs better than I do the little pencil thing. So do it like that. You could draw a little trend line, and I'm expecting this thing to break that trend line, and it breaks that trend line, come on down. It's going to break this fan line is my guess. And then I think we're going to have a fairly substantial little move. Now, the interesting thing, the volume today, 1.21 million. That is the lightest volume day for Yelp since the day after Christmas last December. So lightest volume day of the year, lightest volume day since December 26, 2013. So we're not getting a whole lot of activity going on in here, and it just got, you know, tighter and tighter. So that's what's going on with Yelp. We're staying in that. We're tighten the parameters a little bit on the setup on Facebook. Still have got that as a trade idea on the Trade Ideas webpage, and we're in this. And I think that's it for now. We did not get into FireEye, and that's it for tonight. If you felt like the video was helpful, please share it on social media. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Just click on the little red box. It gives you access to the Trade Ideas webpage. You download the PDF I've got for you, and you get notice of when I have new posts on the website and all that good stuff. So, all right, this has been Joe from Beyond the Chart. Have a great Tuesday, Wednesday, everyone.